Venezuela experienced nearly 5 days of blackouts. Marco Rubio would want us to think that one of the worst blackouts in history was the result of government mismanagement. Kind of like the US government mismanagement that allowed Puerto Ricans to go without electricity for nearly a year following Hurricane Maria in 2017. But this wasn't just a blackout. The outage in Venezuela had far-reaching effects. It affected hospitals, bank machines were without power to withdraw cash, and debit machines were down, making it nearly impossible for people to make necessary purchases. And by now you've probably heard about the effects to the Caracas metro, which is a crucial mode of transportation in one of the largest cities in Latin America. This created tremendous difficulties for Venezuelan people for a period of days. Here's a quick summary. An alleged cyber attack crashed the country's main electricity generator, the Simón Bolívar hydroelectric plant in Bolivar State, known as the Guri Dam. Beginning around 5 p.m. on Thursday, March 7th, the power outage affected 70% of the country, or 18 of 23 states. The blueprint for the United States coup attempts in Venezuela includes attacks on the electrical system that can be found in analysis of organizations which are financed by the National Endowment for Democracy, paid for with U.S. taxpayer money. In 2010, Canvas, an NGO linked to Juan Guaidó, drafted a memo indicating that a failure of the electric system would likely have the impact of galvanizing public unrest in a way that no opposition group could ever hope to generate. The memo also suggested redirecting discontent towards President Chavez, the same thing coup promoters of the opposition are currently attempting to do against President Nicolas Maduro. Less than 3 minutes after the attack, Florida Senator Marco Rubio, one of the central orchestrators of the war against Venezuela, tweeted, but authorities hadn't even reported the damage of the emergency generators. Secretary of State Mike Pompeo also continued on his own Twitter rampage, saying there's no food, there's no medicines, there's no electricity, next, there will be no Maduro. Just a few hours before the blackout, Rubio had said that Venezuelans will live the most severe shortage of food and gasoline, as he thought his plans into reality regarding the electrical attack which was about to occur. Opposition lawmaker Juan Guaidó warned that energy will return when Maduro leaves. This group basically implicated themselves. And cyber attacks are clearly in the playbooks of modern warfare. Marco Rubio himself said that widespread discontent must be instilled in the Venezuelan people in order for the people to enlist in destabilization efforts to take out their own government. This is a coalition which wants to see the cut of basic and essential services, which needs to build outrage by creating reasons for widespread dissatisfaction among the Venezuelan people who are in Venezuela. The international and internal propaganda war on its own has limits. After the failed U.S. humanitarian aid provocation on February 23rd, the opposition is intensifying its aggression against President Maduro's government, with total disregard for how this might affect the Venezuelan people. But even after all of these attempts, their promotion of chaos and violence has failed.